is about to go down for all our foes. It's time to watch the greatest show. The Round Table Flick brings all the news, all the heat for all the you, from Raw to Dynamite and SmackDown too. Now tune in and play some trivia too. The Round Table Pro Wrestling Podcast is on, so tune in. The Round Table Pro Wrestling Podcast.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, the franchise player, Rtpwp Babylon. I'm joined by Shane Husky from Husky's Funhouse. Welcome to another exciting installment of the Roundtable Network.
Another
News.
one,
man. The news never stops, man. Shane, how you doing?
I am doing pretty good. How about you?
Man, well, I heard some news today that just totally flipped my script. So I want to talk about it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, AEW superstar, formerly of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Kazuhiro Shibata, has been confirmed to be banned from New Japan Pro Wrestling for going into business for himself. Ladies, he modified his Wrestle Kingdom 16 match, so he still is wrestling for AEW, who has a partnership with New Japan. This confirmation comes recently, according to various reports that clarify that his status with the Japanese promotion is Dunsky. Details of the ban. Basically, Shibata modified his Wrestle Kingdom 16 match against Yoshitatsu by turning it into a full wrestling match instead of a scheduled catch wrestling rules match, which prohibited strikes. The action was seen as going into business for himself, and that's the reason for the ban. The timing of this ban is the first time Shibata has expectedly confirmed that the ban is actually in effect. He still continues to be involved with AEW, but he's no longer training at the New Japan Dojo in Los Angeles. Shibata has expressed interest in potentially wrestling Tanahashi in his last match in the future, but it is unclear if Tanahashi, who is currently the president of New Japan Pro Wrestling, will lift that ban. That's crazy, man.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah, there's a lot, like I said, a lot of stuff going on. Hold on one second.
Who was the former president before Tanahashi?
I think it was whoever was the president of Bushi Road. I don't know. I don't remember.
So there could be a potential for him to lift the ban.
Yeah, there's a potential. Let's talk about Andrade. Andrade El Idolo.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's out of nowhere.
Major update on Andrade's WWE exit. Andrade returned to the WWE in January of 2024 after a small stint with the WWE. This is from John Alba from The Takedown on Sports Illustrated. SI.com. Andrade has departed the WWE after a year and a half with the company. Details are beginning to finally emerge as the reason why he exited. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select reported on Saturday afternoon that former NXT champion and WWE United States champion left the company. He was listed on the WWE's internal roster, wasn't listed on the WWE internal roster anymore. He was quietly removed and sent over to the WWE alumni section on the company's website.
That's crazy.
The departure is sudden, given that he was just in a tag team program with Rey Fenix, 2 weeks ago?
It was like after WrestleMania, and then they went in the ladder match.
They were part of that SummerSlam six-pack tables, ladders, and chairs match for the WWE Tag Team Championships, and that was 3-4 weeks ago. While speculation has emerged of whether or not he mutually left the company or not, the Takedown can provide some clarity on the situation. Basically, sources indicate that to the Takedown that Andrade was effectively released by the company and that the departure was not a mutual decision. He had not been backstage at TV tapings in nearly a month. Multiple talents have been told Saturday afternoon that the 35-year-old had been let go. It is unknown if Andrade also requested his release. He did that back in 2021 when he wanted to leave WWE. Then he showed up in AEW. But it was also noted that the release was not related to the budget cuts, as it had been the case for multiple WWE departures over the last few months, few years. Basically, he had a really short-lived run back in the WWE.
Yeah, and he had his best of 7 against Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah, I mean he's had a lot of success in WWE. He was the NXT champion. He had a major run from 2015 to 2018 winning the NXT championship. He had a great, memorable match against Johnny Gargano at NXT Takeover Philadelphia. He would go on to win the WWE United States Championship. Then he left the company back in 2021. Jumped ship to AEW. Had a great match with Cody Rhodes.
He did, yes.
Cody Rhodes got set on fire, like for real. It was actually a pretty good match. And then he left his contract expired in AEW. Then he returned to the WWE in 2024 in the Royal Rumble. Like he was the Speed champion. He had a best of 7 series with Carmelo. Spent most of 2025 team with Ray Phoenix.
They were a pretty good tag team with each other.
His last official match was SummerSlam. It's so crazy. And I'm going to say why I think it's so crazy. We joked about it on the podcast for a while. Andrade married Charlotte Flair. Then Andrade and Charlotte got divorced. Both Charlotte and Andrade were on SmackDown. And when Charlotte returned, we were like, yeah, well, Charlotte's back. Andrade's going to get the boot. And all of a sudden, he's now gone.
He gone.
It's crazy. Speaking of the WWE, Triple H confirms that there is construction on a new performance center. It'll be WWE Performance Center Part 2.
Part 2?
Yeah, man. So basically, the WWE opening the Performance Center back in 2013, it was one of the most innovative moves in the company's history. Not only does the center allow for the company to train and develop WWE superstars of the future, it is now the regular television home of NXT's products, the third brand for the WWE. The company sells television rights to CW. The Performance Center is a full state-of-the-art equipment, promo tools, wrestling ring, crash pad rings, numerous coaches. Many of the WWE Hall of Famers have go there as special coaches. It's actually a pretty cool place, but the WWE Performance Center is going to be even better. During an interview with Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco on the Nightcap, Triple H revealed the company is currently building a new performance center. Like the first one, it will reside also in Orlando.
All right.
So, yeah, I mean, notable stars came out of Performance Center: Charlotte Flair, current WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton, Sami Zayn, Becky Lynch, Asuka, Flair, countless others who spent time working in the Performance Center and going to NXT prior to their main roster, run. Most notably, there have been some great graduates from the WWE. Currently working outside the WWE are Swerve Strickland, Mercedes Money, and so on and so forth. The Performance Center has given you some amazing talents, and now they're going to be...
Oh, and Toni Storm. Toni Storm was from NXT as well.
That's right. She was timeless. Yeah, like I said. So let's talk about some other stuff right here. Shawn Michaels, courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider. Shawn Michaels, WWE Hall of Famer, revealed that he is slated to get double knee replacement in about a month. He also said this on the Nightcap with Ocho Cinco and Unk during the podcast this weekend, because they're talking about the Canelo Crawford fight that's happening tonight.
Right.
Actually, yeah, it's happening in about a half hour.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, happening in about 4 minutes. What the fuck am I thinking?
4 minutes.
Yeah. So he's getting double knee surgery. We just saw Dustin Rhodes do double knee replacement as well.
Yeah.
I mean, things are happening in professional wrestling, man. Excuse me. Things are happening a lot in the WWE. One thing I want to talk about was last night's WWE AAA Worlds Collide. Well, we have, for the first time in the history of the Mysterio family, Dominic Mysterio, Dirty Dom, has now claimed himself to be king of the Luchadors. Well,
King of the Luchadors.
Not only the WWE Intercontinental Champion, but he made history last night.
He did.
For the first time, Mysterio is the AAA Mega Champion. Rey Mysterio Sr., Oscar Rey Mysterio Jr., Hijo de Rey Mysterio Jr. None of the Mysterios have ever won the AAA championship. Dirty Dom Mysterio breaks the mold, breaks the record, and becomes the man, the myth, and the legend, the Lucha King himself. What do you got to say about that?
I have some words about how we are such a fan of Dominic Mysterio of today. Because I remember when we were watching Dirty Dominic debuted, we did not think he was good at all whatsoever. But oh boy, did he elevate it as time goes on.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I'm so proud of Dominic Mysterio, man. The guy became one of the best.
He became his own once he got away from his dad.
Yeah, well, storylines. Let's talk about something else that came up. Courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider, TNA star Myron Reed and Killer Kelly have gotten themselves engaged.
All right.
Congratulations, guys. It's a follow-up to a rumor about a Maple Leaf Pro TNA rumor claiming that TNA talent were banned from the promotion. A source within TNA reached out after the story was ran earlier, pointing out that the promotion has allowed TNA footage to appear in MLW video packages. Another sign that there is no issue between the two sides. In the latest edition of TNA Explosion featured Myla Grace and Harley Hudson versus Rosemary and Killer Kelly. A lot of people are talking about Maple Leaf Pro having issues with TNA because the owner, proprietor, promoter, booker of Maple Leaf Pro, Scott D'Amore, was once part of TNA.
Yes.
Major part of TNA, a good part of TNA before WWE.
He was a good part of TNA before TNA removed Scott D'Amore. He was making TNA better. He was really making it better.
He was killing the game over there.
He was.
Yeah, but hey, shit happens, and
it does.
It does. So yeah, let's talk about how Worlds Collide was one of the best pay-per-views we've seen in a very long time. There were a couple botches on the show, but it was still pretty good.
So far of the whole WWE shows I really like is when they put on AAA specials. Yeah. I really have enjoyed those.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, me and Shane have a very short edition of the Roundtable Network News, but I want to talk about this. Like, this is the main reason why we want to get on here. Let's talk about the official press release for WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia. Look, man, this is courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider. On September 12th, the WWE, part of TKO Group Holdings, in partnership with the General Entertainment Authority, the GEA, which is the Saudi Arabian Entertainment Authority, announced that the Riyadh season will host WrestleMania 43 in 2027 in Riyadh, making this the first time that the WWE has been staged outside of North America for WrestleMania. Now, when I say outside North America for WrestleMania, I'm not talking about like Toronto Sky Dome, because Toronto, Canada is still North America. This is going to be in Saudi Arabia. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you this. The Saudi Arabian government already got, so this thing started in 2018. They got Crown Jewel, Elimination Chamber, King and Queen of the Ring, Night of Champions. They had a Friday Night SmackDown and Monday Night Raw. They had the 39th. They're going to get the 39th annual Royal Rumble.
Yes, they will.
There in January. All of this stuff's going to be broadcast live on ESPN and all the US and Netflix globally. So they got a lot of shit going on with this deal they have. Okay, so WrestleMania fans. Okay, so let me go ahead and put it this way. As an independent wrestler, I've made more money during my wrestling career during WrestleMania season, because the WrestleMania week is like one of the most sought after weeks to hold.
And it's the biggest week for indie
Yeah.
wrestlers
Yeah.
all
So
around the
now
world.
WWE has taken that away from the indie wrestlers. They're taking
They're not going to go.
Like the fans in the United States that go to only like travel around the country to go watch WrestleMania. You've taken it out of there. Fans from more than 60 countries attend WrestleMania each fucking year.
Yep.
That's generated $1.5 billion in impact for the cities that host WrestleMania each year over the last decade. So WrestleMania 41 was in Las Vegas. WrestleMania 42 is going to be in Las Vegas again. WrestleMania 43 is going to be, I mean, I hate to say it. But the WWE has just ruined indie wrestling as a whole for WrestleMania week.
And not only that, you know how they have Stand and Deliver on the same day and all that? That's going to be starting at 1 a.m. over here. You think I'm going to be getting up at 1 a.m. just to watch that?
Especially when WrestleMania is like fucking 6 hours long.
Yes.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not going to get up at 1 a.m. in the morning. I watch WrestleMania, but not Stand and Deliver. That's about it.
Well, I can tell you right now, green shirt guy probably won't go.
No.
A lot of people aren't going to go over to Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania. The travel will be just fucking crazy enough as it is. And I can tell you right now, indie wrestlers around the world aren't going to travel to Saudi Arabia. You're not going to see GCW in Saudi Arabia. You're not going to see Bloodsport in Saudi Arabia. You're not going to see the Collective isn't going to run any shows there. You're not going to see
Defy.
Defy's not going to be running shows there. Ring of Honor won't be running those shows there.
No.
All of these shows that run WrestleMania week are now not going to be able to do that in Las Vegas. And I'll be honest with you, I watched the YouTube special, and it looked like every wrestler that was on that panel looked so fucking sad and depressed.
Oh yeah, I saw the expressions on their face, and I saw the clip where where Bianca was speaking. People are mad at her, but did you not see the look on her face and everything?
And another thing,
she didn't want to say that.
Another thing that really made me laugh about that is, I think it was like 52,000 people liked on the YouTube channel. They liked that WWE was doing that, and like 500,000 people thumbs downed it.
And they were chanting, "You sold out."
Yeah, you sold out was like listed. Like the people are upset.
But and they don't care. They do not care.
WWE TKO doesn't give a fuck about you as the fan.
No.
So, I mean, that's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, in the chat, let us know what you think about this. With that being said, Shane, thank you for joining me today on this 17, 18-minute edition of the Roundtable Network News. We'll be back tomorrow with, we'll be back Monday with Monday Night Raw and some comments about the news from the week.
That news.
With that being said, thanks and have a great day.